Welcome back to Blue Heron Homestead. I want to talk about what survived the winter with our heating system and what didn't survive the winter that has to be replaced. To start with, we've had many varieties of citrus. Some do really well outside. I don't mind keeping a plant alive if it's cold tolerant and I have to cover it in the most extreme forms of cold. But I don't want a plant that I've just got to baby, that if I happen to forget and one night it drops to 28 or 29 degrees, that I know this plant is dead. It doesn't need to be here. This is a plant that is 3 years old. It is a key lime. Now, limes do not typically do well here in southwest Georgia. Of all the citrus varieties I've tried, limes are the hardest to grow. So now I have known of people who grow limes, but if you're planning to grow a lime here, you need it in a container. Well, this lime has not yet produced any fruit, though it has loaded up with buds. So I decided this year I wanted to find out just how cold tolerant it was. I brought it to the east side of our greenhouse so that it receives sun first thing in the morning. It is completely blocked from the wind that comes out of the northwest. And this is what happened. It died. Or at least I'm pretty sure that's dead. Yeah, it's dead. So I'll reuse the container for something else unless this plant miraculously shows me that it's still alive. But this is the only one I had outside I was testing like this. Come inside and we'll take a look. "72 degrees today outside." We had to open the greenhouse up because it was so hot in here that without ventilation, it just wouldn't work out. Last week, we had temperatures down around 15 degrees one night, and we had a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing with that. We had plastic outside, we had heat going inside. In past years, we have used the small heaters. I know you recognize these. You can go on Amazon and buy a small heater that will work pretty well. Now our greenhouse is 20 by 45, so 900 square foot in here. I know my math skills are blowing your mind. But this little heater worked pretty well until last year. It caught on fire, and fortunately it shut down and we lost a little bit of stuff in the greenhouse. Well, this year I decided to get an upgrade, so I purchased this heater. And along with that, it has worked really good. I'm not sure what the BTUs are on this. I believe it's 40 to 50,000, but it works really well. Here's where I made a tragic mistake. This tank will burn on this. On my typical night here, a full tank will go through 2 nights on low, and everything is fine. Well, on this coldest of cold nights, I decided, no, that's not good enough. I want it on, high. So I put it on high thinking it would last through the night. It did not. So at some point in the night, with it 15 degrees and the wind blowing 30 miles an hour, the heat shut off. Now, unlike many greenhouses, this is made for a warm climate. It's not intended, it's designed, as you see overhead, to operate somewhat as a shade house in the summer. It's also designed so that the sides can be raised and lowered. So this is a greenhouse designed for a temperate climate, not a cold one. Well, when the heat went off 100% with that, it's only a matter of time. So let's take a look at our plants and see what did well. We have our spearmint. It was just fine dropping down. Let me take a moment and say this. Our temperature got down to around 28 to 30 degrees in here. No frost touched anything, no wind penetrated this building, but it was cold. So we have a Harvey lemon. It thrived. The cold didn't hurt it at all. In the background, we have an Oro Negro avocado, which would not survive outside here, but it's done very well. We have 2 olives, which would have probably died outside. They did very well in here. We have a Pacho avocado. Look at the leaves. I mean, it did extremely well. I look to get fruit from this year. I'm not sure if this would have survived outside or not. I don't know, maybe in a very sheltered area, but I would not have wanted to try. Our white Mexican guava, it still has leaves on it. It's going to be just fine. We have another avocado here. I'm not sure the variety on this one. I think this may be a Brogdon avocado. It seems to be doing pretty well in here. Now, oh, my heart hurts. My heart hurts so bad. This is a Kerry mango. Now, my plant survived, and you look at these leaves. These look horrible. It had buds. I mean, it was just doing so well in here, too, before this happened. Now, these leaves are, you can tell, I mean, that's not going to live. I'm still doing research on this because everything I can find is from mangoes that had frost damage, not mangoes inside. I know the plant will live because some of the leaves like these are still doing good, but Kerry mango, if you want to try one here, this is the best variety I've found. I had one outside some years ago, and with one of the first frosts, I remember going out and the leaves were actually encased in ice, but it still came out of that. But if you think about putting a mango outside here, don't do it. It won't live, even in a sheltered area, unless you have some way to cover it and keep heat on it. It just won't do it. Over here we have a Meyer lemon. It did really well. In the background, staghorn fern came through it. Some of my peppers that were so good, bell peppers, jalapeno peppers, didn't make it. Eggplant didn't make it. This is a Pickering mango, and once more you see these leaves are very healthy. This mango is going to be just fine. But look at this, just excessive damage, so we'll see. Oh, the beauty here, dragon fruit. See, many of these are plants that, this is why I have a greenhouse. I love tropical plants. We produced dragon fruit last year on this one. This is a white dragon fruit. I'm not sure the variety, but we will talk more about this in another video. Temperature, I had some mustard in here just for a little bit of rotation, and we see what happened. So it got cold enough to damage your mustard? Wow. All right, look at our avocados. We have 3 other varieties here. This is the way to go with an avocado. These are Mexicola Grandes. We purchased both of these from Shuckleberry Farms down in Clarksville, and I keep mentioning that place, but I just think they have one of the best selections for our area. I did not purchase this one from Shuckleberry. This is a Donny avocado. This Donny avocado, I don't care whether it would live or not. I'm not going to even try it another year because, you know, space is valuable. Every bit of space we have, I mean, it has to have something that is producing inside of it. Oh, this is another one. This is where it really hurts. Well, not too, but this was my papaya. The night that the temperature fell, here's what's so bad about this. You go through the winter, and night after night you run heat and everything is perfect, and you have one of the coldest nights and it fails, and it takes your stuff out. On the other hand, look around. The oregano did great in here. It needs a little bit of fertilizer and watering, but the thyme seemed to do really well. I want to say this is a kapak. This has never produced fruit. It's a first-year plant. I got it late in 2025. I think it'll come out, maybe. Over here, a sugar apple. This was another plant that first year, 2025. The stem is green. It's over 70 degrees in here. It's going to have plenty of water. I believe it'll come out. Here's where it hurts, y'all. This is my carambola or starfruit tree. This tree is around 12 foot tall now at the highest point on it. I grew this from a seed. This tree has been absolutely stunningly beautiful. It was just loaded up with green leaves on that night that it got around 15 degrees. And the stalk is still green. You can check it, and I hope that it's going to come out. If not, I have to start over, but that's the way it goes sometimes with gardening. It's just so unfortunate. This is by far the biggest loss I have from this cold spell, because this isn't something that I can just go out and replace. I can't go in a store and buy one and have it back to this point. Let's see. Oh, over here. Our spearmint seemed to do pretty well. I had a massive pineapple here, the biggest one in the greenhouse, and it was on the verge of putting out a pineapple. We have grown those here. I've never produced one in this greenhouse, though I have in other greenhouses, but it was at the point the pineapple was about to come out and it died. So that brings me to the point. Some pineapples, they're different. You know, I need to start tracking like what country they're from. This pineapple, no cold damage whatsoever. The big healthy looking one here, completely dead. This one, I would say that's probably going to die, but it's a little too early to tell, so I'm waiting. Most of these look fine, though you can see the cold damage. Our our passion fruit vine. There are a few green leaves up here on it. It definitely suffered cold damage severely that particular night, but it is still alive. When you see this later in the year, you'll be amazed at, you know, how well it does. Last year was our first year getting the vine outside, and it produced an abundance of passion fruit, but it was a little late in the year. So this year, I hope to, and plus we had a frost this year about a month earlier than we did last year. So I'm really excited to see how that works out. Obviously the collards and strawberries did well. Spearmint did wonderful. Peppermint didn't do wonderful. So what's it about? Come over here. Oh, and I want to show you these dragon fruit. These are yellow dragon fruit. I grew these from seed in the dragon fruit that came from Publix. We'll have these planted soon this year. Dragon fruit, as I said, it grows wonderful. Instead of the porch rules, it's a greenhouse. It's the same thing, at least here in the South. But what do? We listen to the birds. We feel the breeze, read a book, gather with family, sip a drink, watch the sunset or sunrise, enjoy the view and relax. So what growing is really about is just a way to unwind, to have personal satisfaction of growing things, of the challenge of working with it until you eventually get it right. And winter is a time of deadness. But what is spring? It's that time when everything comes back to life and it's made new. Do you think God might have been trying to teach us a little lesson in life, that after the deadness, then the new birth, the new life springs forth? So with that being said, get ready for spring. I hope you're dreaming right now about what you want to do. I hope you're planning, and I hope you have a wonderful and great spring. Don't let the defeat of winter discourage you, because life's around the corner. And thank you for watching Blue Heron Homestead.